Welcome to Norfolk Man Cave on trains. Let the games begin. So we have straight into it. Some black and white acrylic paint. This is cheap as chips, pound shop paint. Come from, Hobbycraft, I think. Not Hobbycraft, B&M, not B&M. I know the one, Lorraine's, that's the one. Put a bit of white in our tub. Put a bit of black in our tub. Just a skosh of black. Do a lot of black. Now we'll just get a brush and give them a mix up. See how we get on. We should come out with some form of grey. Here we go. Now we don't want to fully mix this, so just leave it sort of half and half. And then we can brush our rocks in. There we go. This isn't actually too shabby. Once this is done, we can then dry brush this, and that'll just give it a little bit more depth. But we need to let that fully dry before we even think about dry brushing. Right, now we clean our brush out. Tell you what we can do while we've got the dirty brush. We're going to lay ballast in this section where my tracker's going to go. So what we can do is where the ballast is, needs to be grey. So if we stick a bit of black in our tub while we've got the painting thing and mix it up, we should come up with a sort of half decent grey. There we go, now we've got a solid grey. So now we can come in and just paint this grey section where our tracker's going to go. There we go. Hence why I drew them lines and left this flat yesterday. Perfect. Right, I've now got to clean this out and then we can put some green around here. Back in a moment. There we go. We have leaf green. So we have leaf green with a little bit of black mixed in with it. And that will give us a nice darker green. So we can now go around where our grass is. So this is going to be our grassy area. Make sure you get all your edges so you can't see any white. This is not a high scale detailed diorama like some people do. This is a really simple, because this is the first one I've done, apart from building my train layout. This is like the first diorama I've done, so don't expect miracles here. So what have we done with our diorama? We haven't painted. I've done a couple of little bits since you've been gone. I've actually put a little building I'll put the little building on, we just need to glue him down. And I've also fitted underneath batteries, 4 feet, which I've glued on with hot glue, and some lights. So, it actually, if I can turn the switch on, there we go. It actually now lights up, and the building lights up once that's stuck down. So we've got a light in the tunnel, and the building's lit up. So that should look quite nice. Let's turn the lights out. Ta-da! Yeah, and it lights up underneath as well. So hopefully this will be really nice. I think we've got to lay some flocking down soon, and yeah, put some flocking down and basically stick the track down, finish that off. How I got the lights in, quite simple. Our battery box come unstuck. Our tunnel, I put a hole in our tunnel from underneath and run them up from underneath and back down, and then up into the building and back down. But for now, that's it. That's what our little diorama is like. So, we're going to come back when I do some flocking, which won't be until this is all dry. So, but I've got to let that battery box stick up. I've run out of glue sticks, believe it. Well, I've got glue sticks, but I can't find them, if I'm honest. So yes, there you go. Right, I'm off, and we'll see you in a little bit. Right folks, we've got a bit more done. There's our diorama. We have a little pot with some water now. It's time to add the flock. The building has been stuck down with some no nails, which is currently drying, so that won't be fully dry till the morning, but that's fine. So we've got some water, and we're going to mix in some PVA glue with that, and give that a good stir and water it down. And then we can start putting some flock down. So let me get my PVA. Right, here we go. Oh, that is actually quite watery as it is. I think this is already watered down PVA, so I don't think we need to worry too much. I didn't realise that was pre-watered PVA. Well, that's really good. So we can tip a little bit of this on. Don't need too much, because a little goes a long way. Yeah, that's definitely pre-watered PVA, that. Now we can get our track laid down. So how do we hold our track down? Not pretty much. I mean, we're not going to have live trains running over it, so it's not really crucial. There's our track. Nicely, if it's squared up. Yep, that's pretty much how it would have come out of the tunnel. And you're wondering, well, how do you get ballast down? Alright, let me get some ballast and I'll show you. Well, that's looking a bit better, isn't it? Perfect. Right, we have some ballast in a pot. I apply this. Some people use proper machines. I use a teaspoon. And just sprinkle a bit. around the edge of the track. There we go. And we'll come round the edge. Our ballast just come right to the edge. A bit round the end. So there's our ballast. Absolutely perfect. Right, now you're thinking that doesn't look very neat. Oh no, maybe it doesn't look very neat. We now need to just use a brush. I'll use a span brush and just pull it in slightly till we get that nice edge we need. Bear in mind this is a disused railway, it hasn't been used for years, so your ballast is not going to be 100% uniform like it would have been. It just isn't. There we go. There's our ballast. Done. Now you're wondering how we hold that in place. Again, it's marvellous PVA. You can either use a little pouring cup and pour it, but I'm going to use a pet because that's a bit more accurate. I know this is a bit time consuming, but just pick this up and just drop it on the PVA. And what this will do is soaks in to the rock, the ballast, and it dries. And when it's dry, it's totally clear, and that ballast will then be like rock, all good. I know it's gone dark at the minute, but see how easy that flows in? Some people put a little bit of fairy liquid in there to break the surface tension of the water. That can also aid as well. In fact, that's what I did do on my train layout. But of course, this is literally so thin. I'm not going to bother. See, that PVA mixture just basically soaking in. Make that a little bit there. There we go. And that PVA will also run underneath the track and hold the track in place. You're wondering why we ain't bonded the track down. Well, that's the reason why. So there we go. Now we can't do a lot of this now until tomorrow, till everything's dry. So folks, it's the next day. Here's our diorama. Right, let's have a look at it. Now, we've got our flocking on. So all the grass is now done. Let me get this camera out of the tripod so you can have a look. Try and avoid the shadows. There we go. So we have our flocking on there. Our track is laid. And we've dry brushed a little bit on our backdrop. So I think now we need to actually get the get it set up. So you're back in the tripod. What are we going to put in here? We've got a few trees, cheap Chinese trees, but we're cheating here because this is our first diorama. It's not meant to be anything ultra realistic, just just what we've got basically. We have a piece of plaster rock that I took off my train layout, which I made with a cast. There is a video on how I did that. And yeah, I think we can just about get some stuff set up. So we've got some trees which I might weather a bit with a paintbrush and a bit of hedge. So how about we put a bit of hedge here? How about a bit of hedge going there? How about that? And how about a tree? This is what I like about this board. You can actually stick stuff straight in it. There we have it. I think we need a couple of little grass tufts. Apart from that, that'll be good. What's it look like lit up? Oh, look at that. Yeah. There we go. So here is our diorama. A bit done. Okay, very basic, simple first diorama. Let me put a flash on so you can see it. There we go. There is our first ever diorama. I'll just have to weather them trees a little, but it is like a little miniature world. Turn the flash off. There we go. Oh, the colours don't look so vibrant without the flash. So there we go. Our little diorama in a basket. And that's 14 inches by 9 inches.